Arms can rest on by your sides. Maybe just gently tuck your shoulder blades underneath you, so opening up your heart and your chest. And just rock your head gently from side to side. And just letting it fall wherever it wants to, finding that center point. Closing your eyes and bringing your attention to your breath. So just noticing the flow of your breath as it moves in and out of your body through your nose. So allowing the breath to be natural, to be easy. Noticing how when you inhale, your ribs cage expand, and as you exhale, they decompress. So we use the breath to get out of the mind and into the body. It's preparing us for our yoga practice. And if you do have any thoughts or stories or to-do lists that pop up in your mind, just think of it as setting them aside or letting them go on the exhale, not attaching to them. Beginning to lengthen the inhales and exhalations, maybe deepen the breath, making that constriction at the back of the throat for your Ujjayi breath. So it's an audible breath. It sounds like an ocean wave. Just finding 2 more rounds of your Ujjayi breath. Placing your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. So an intention can be a phrase, a prayer, a mantra, maybe an I am statement. Just something that is meaningful to you, that you can connect to throughout your practice. Let's take a deep breath in and seal our intention in. And as you exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. Just letting it drift away, knowing that you can come back to your intention at any point in time you need to throughout your practice. Releasing your left hand down, you can flutter your eyes open, bring the palms to the bottoms of your thighs, tops of your thighs, and just bring your knees to touch. One at a time, bringing the knees into the chest. And just placing the hands on the shins, maybe interlacing the hands, gently rocking from side to side. So massaging through the lumbar spine, massaging the kidneys. And then releasing the legs to a tabletop on your back. So shins should be about parallel to the floor. Arms will come to a T. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the knees fall over to the left to a hover. So just waking up our core this morning. Next inhale, bring your knees back to center, and let your legs fall to the right to a hover. Inhale, come to center, and then exhale, let the knees fall all the way down to the left, finding a gentle supine twist. So the left hand can come on top of the right thigh to go deeper. Maybe bring your drishti, your gaze, towards your right fingertips. Navel to spine, so hollowing out that belly about 2 inches up below your navel. You want to draw that point inwards towards your spine, protecting that low back. If this does bother your back at all, bring the knees closer up into your chest. Taking one more breath. With your next inhale, bringing your legs back to center, tabletop. And as you exhale, let the knees fall over to the right. Option to place right hand on top of left thigh to go deeper. Maybe bending those knees up a little bit more, protecting that low back. And then option to shift the gaze towards the left fingertips. Navel to spine. Left shoulder blade pressing down and towards the earth. And finding one more breath here. Navel to spine, gently draw the knees back into your chest. And then gently releasing the legs back down to the bottom of your mat. And then on an inhale, extend the arms overhead, maybe bringing the palms together. And then finding a nice big stretch, just like you're waking up in the morning, so a gentle arch in the low back. And then as you exhale, bringing the legs and arms over to that right corner of your mat, so the left ankle can stack on top of the right. So we're making that crescent moon shape, or banana asana here. Opening up that left side body. And I can feel the stretch all the way from my hip, all the way up into my left arm. It might be a little bit different for you, but it's a good one to do first thing in the morning. And then as you inhale, we're coming back through center, neutralizing the spine. And then as you exhale, legs and arms come to the left corner. Option to cross the right ankle on top of the left, finding that banana asana. So arms can be overhead or maybe even into opposite elbows if that feels better for you. And next, inhale, coming back through center. And then one knee at a time, drawing the knees into the chest. And then just place the hands on the tops of the thighs and gently just round out your low back a couple times. Massaging that sacrum. And switching sides when you're ready, balancing the body both directions. And then placing the hands to the backs of the thighs. Starting to rock forwards and back. So massaging the spine here. Take some time here to go back and forth a couple times. And then when you're finished, coming up all the way into a tabletop position. Just gonna switch directions here. So wrists are underneath of your shoulders, knees are stacked under hips, toes untucked. Spiral your elbow creases forward. Draw navel to spine, start to activate your pelvic floor, so lifting it in and up. On your inhale, lower your belly, draw your heart forward, gaze to sky. For cow, and exhale, chin into the chest, round the spine, pressing into the Hasta Bandha, thumb and index finger. For cat, inhale, cow, belly lowers, heart lifts, gaze lifts, shoulders draw away from ears, exhale, chin into the chest and round the spine. Inhale, belly lowers, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Tuck your toes under. This time as you round up into your cat, finding your downward facing dog. So lifting those hips nice and high to sky. Finding that upside down V shape. So let's find our stillness, our alignment here. Rooting into the L shapes of the hand, Hasta Bandha, elbow creases draw forward. Shoulders away from ears. Untuck your tail, it's nice and high to sky, navel to spine. Start to melt the heels down towards the earth. And really pressing with the hands like you're pressing the floor away from you. Your gaze or your drishti can come in towards your navel. If that's not comfortable for you, bring it to your inner thighs. Finding 3 rounds of your Ujjayi breath. Next, inhale, lift high on the toes. Start to tippy-toe the feet up towards your hands. See if you can keep your hands connected to the earth. Little tiny baby steps all the way until toes are in line with fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. So finding that flat spine, palms come to shins, shoulders draw away from ears. Crown of the head lengthens, the tailbone is lengthening back. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, sliding the hands up the shins, drawing the heart forward, lifting the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold, separating the feet hips distance apart. Bending the knees until the chest is touching. Taking a hold of opposite elbows for ragdoll. So making sure that the chest is resting on the thighs, releasing the head, the neck, the shoulders. So getting out of the hamstrings, this is more about releasing through the low back. And if it feels good, you can gently rock from side to side. Shaking the head, yes. And shaking the head, no. Gently releasing your bind. We'll heel toe the feet back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we fold. Find a soft bend in the knees as you rise and circle the hands up all the way. Urdhva Hastasana. Bring those palms to touch, gaze to thumbs, and exhale, hands to heart center. Pressing palms together, shoulders roll down. Next, inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Stepping back to your high plank, one leg at a time. Wrists are stacked under shoulders, heels are stacked over toes. Pressing into the floor, maybe rounding up through that low back. Making sure that your hips aren't dipping down too low or pegged up too high. So finding that neutral place here. Everything is nice and active. Finding a deep breath in. And then exhale, lowering onto the belly for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untuck the toes, fingertips in line with shoulders. Arms are hugging the side body. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the heart, the chest. Broaden those collarbones forward. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, forehead lowers. This time, drawing the hands back to about the middle of the rib cage. As you inhale, lifting everything up. So your chest and feet. If you have a healthy back, bring the toes to touch. Or maybe if you have a sensitive low back, separating the feet. You'll notice you'll be able to go up a little bit higher, creating more space. Next, exhale, lower everything down. And then next, inhale, finding Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. So pressing into the hands. And if you feel like your body's not ready for this, you can always find your baby cobra as well. But you want your shoulders stacked over wrists, your heart draws forward, your thighs are lifted off of the earth. Legs are active, navel to spine, so engaging your core, protecting that low back. And then exhale, coming to that downward facing dog. Finding 2 rounds of your Ujjayi breath. Resetting and reconnecting here. Next, inhale with a tie on the toes, bend the knees, walk, step float the feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping back to plank, one leg at a time. And then just rotating the hips and heels over to the right side. So the feet are stacked, finding your Vashisthasana side plank. Right arm is elevated. So option to modify here by lowering onto the bottom knee. Working on making that rainbow shape, so hips higher than shoulders if you can. Inhale, coming back to plank, and then just rotating the hips and shoulders over to that right side. Left hand reaches up. Option to modify if you did on the other side. Now coming back to plank. Inhale, shift forward on the toes. Exhale to chaturanga this time, or modified of baby cobra. So arms hug the side bodies, elbows do not dip below shoulders. Or sorry, shoulders do not dip below elbows. I knew I got that backwards. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Next, inhale, right leg rises, 3-point. Bending the knee and peeling that hip open. So right hip is stacked on top of left. You can flex the foot, draw the heel in towards your seat. Maybe see if you can lift the knee higher than your ankle. Next, inhale, straighten the legs, square the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Round everything in, nice and tight, using that core. Inhale to your 3-point. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands, the back of the hips to 45, so heel in and down. Inhale to rise, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. So the hips are facing forwards as much as you can. Finding that 90-degree bend in the front knee, pressing through the outer blade of the back foot. Right, our shoulders sometimes shrug up into our ears, so draw the shoulder blades down, squeezing everything together, spiraling those pinkies inwards. Next, inhale, straighten the bend in the front knee. Exhale, hinge and full Parsvottanasana. Parsvottanasana, sorry. So if you have blocks at home or soup cans or whatever you can find, maybe some books, and you need a little bit more space for your spine, you can place your hands onto blocks. And think of folding forward, starting to melt your chest towards your thigh. Right hip back, left hip forward, maybe forehead to shin. Think of lengthening from the low back, the navel stays connected to the spine. Next, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, flat back. And then exhale, twisted Kundalini. So shifting forward, left hand grounds right, or left knee behind a right knee, right hand reaches up. So twist is happening to mid to upper back. And then lowering the right hand down, lunging the left foot back, inhale, we rise to warrior 2. So back foot is at 90 degrees. The right knee is coming out towards the pinky toe side of the front foot. Deepening the bend in the knees, so finding 90 degrees, shoulders draw down, reaching from fingertips to fingertips. Next, exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot. Spin the back heel, inhale, right leg high, 3-point. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Move through that vinyasa, maybe modifying if you need to. Coming back to down dog when you're ready. Next, inhale, left leg rises to 3-point. Bend the knee, peeling that hip open here. So flexing through the left foot, engaging that left glute, drawing the knee higher to seat. Noticing if the weight is moved into the right hand, equalizing the weight in both hands. So bringing some weight back into the left hand. Next, inhale, straighten the leg and square the hips. Exhale, draw knee to nose for cheetah, we hold. Inhale, 3-point. And then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Back to pivots to 45, inhale, rise, warrior 1. So sinking nice and low here. Left hip back, right hip forward, lower ribs draw in. Feeling grounded or equal weight in both feet. Next, inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hinge and fold, intense leg stretch, hands to blocks or either side of the foot. And so drawing chest to thigh, forehead to shin, left hip back, right hip forwards. Next, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, flat back. Exhale, twisted Kundalini, right hand grounds, right knee behind the left, opening up, spiraling that heart open, left fingertips to sky, maybe gaze to fingers. Next, inhale, warrior 2. So big lunge back with the right foot, cartwheeling those hands open to a T. Sinking 90 degrees in the front knee, rooting through outer blade of back foot. Good, lifting up, tall spine. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame the front foot, back heel spins up, inhale, right leg high, 3-point. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. So going a little bit faster through that. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. Exhale, hinge and fold. Frame the front foot. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisted kundalini. Inhale, we rise. This time going to peaceful warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel and frame front foot. Inhale, right leg high, 3-point. Shifting forward, perhaps with the leg lifted if you choose, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg rises, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. Exhale, hinge and fold. Intense leg stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, twisted kundalini. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Open up. Left side body, feeling that stretch. And then exhale, cartwheel, hands down, frame front foot. Inhale, left leg high. 3-point, keeping the leg elevated if you choose as you move through that vinyasa flow. You're always knowing that you have the option to skip the flows whenever you need to. Next, inhale, right leg rises, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. This time, perhaps bringing, a little ticky there. Bringing the palms to touch. Maybe gaze to thumb, so opening up thoracic spine. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, twisted kundalini. Stepping back, inhale, rise, peaceful warrior. And exhale, modified side angle. So option to keep the arm elevated up to the sky or drop the bicep beside the ear, opening up that left line of the body. Making sure to not dump all the weight into that bottom right forearm. So using the obliques to hold us up. If you want to test it out, you can extend your right arm forwards. So threading that needle. Next, inhale, finding peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down, back heel spins. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, tapping right tricep. Inhale, 3-point. Bend the knee, peeling that hip open. So option to stay here or flip your dog. If you flip your dog, all 10 toes facing forward, heels lower, hips lifting, right palm facing up, maybe see the wall behind you. Unflip your dog, right hand lowers, inhale, right leg high, 3-point. Exhale, twisted cheetah, tapping left tricep. Option to extend to fallen star. So extending that left arm up, maybe going further, reaching the fingertips forwards. Left hand down, inhale, 3-point. Option to move through that vinyasa, leg stays elevated as we move down to chaturanga. Upward facing. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. Palms to touch, gaze to thumbs. Best expression yet. Inhale, straighten the bend. Exhale, hinge and fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisted kundalini, right hand lowers, left hand reaches up. Inhale, warrior 2, back foot, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, modified side angle, left front to thigh, runner reaches up, maybe bicep beside the ear. If you think of drawing your left hip under, spiraling your heart open to the sky, right shoulder blade draws down into its pocket. Left obliques hold you up here. Maybe extend the left arm forward, test out your core strength. Finding your Ujjayi breath. Next, inhale, peaceful warrior. Keep the bend in the front knee. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down, frame front foot. Inhale, left leg high, 3-point. Exhale, mountain climber, tapping left tricep. Inhale, 3-point, bend and peel that hip open. If you did on the other side, flip your dog. All 10 toes facing back. Hips are lifted, opening up your heart, your chest. Maybe see the wall behind you. Lower the left hand down, inhale, right leg high, 3-point. Exhale, twisted cheetah, tap right tricep, option to extend, fallen star. Right arm thrust forward. And then lower right hand, inhale, 3-point. Shifting forward through Vinyasa or skipping. And coming back to 3 rounds of breath. Next, inhale, right leg rises, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, step through, back foot pivots into horizon warrior 1. Palms to touch, gaze to thumbs. Inhale, straighten, exhale, hinge and fold. Intense leg stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, twisted kundalini. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, extended or modified side angle. So extended, we can place our hands to a block to the inside of the front foot. Giving yourself some space. An arm reaches forward, opening up your heart. If you don't have a block, you can come onto the fingertips, but ideally you want to have the palms flat. So you might need to deepen the bend in the knee just a little bit. Option for a bind if that's within your practice. So the top arm floats behind the low back, palm faces up. The bottom hand can rest underneath the front leg, palms together. If you have the bind, sinking your hips low, lifting shoulders, twisting heart open. Maybe moving into bird of paradise if that's within your practice. Maybe finding that stillness here, coming back to your Ujjayi breath. If you are in birds of paradise, maybe making your descent, leaning back an extended side angle. Inhale, we rise, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down, frame front foot. Inhale, right leg high, 3-point. Exhale, mountain climber, option to fly. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3-point. Bend, peel that hip open, flip your dog. Heart is lifting. Unflip your dog when you're ready. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, fallen star, maybe hovering the bottom leg this time. Maybe taking a hold of the foot, finding the bind. So lots of different places to go. Maybe just finding that twisted cheetah. And then inhale, 3-point. And stepping forward, low runner's lunge, draw your heart forward, left foot meets the right to forward fold. Next inhale, bend your knees, graze the ground, Utkatasana, chair pose. So sinking hips nice and low, and lifting up those toes, spreading them wide and sending them back down onto the earth. Lifting up through the chest as we ground down through the heels. Exhale, hands to heart center, inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we twist to the left, right elbow to outside of left thigh, 2 palms pressing together. So broadening through collarbones, making sure your toes and your knees are facing forward. Look over that left shoulder. Every inhale, you want to lengthen the crown of the hat, hollow out the belly. Every exhale, twist. Look over left shoulder. Next, inhale, come back to center, Utkatasana chair. And then exhale, we twist to the right. Left elbow to the outside of right thigh, palms pressing together, stacking collarbones, sinking hips lower. Every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, twist. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, Utkatasana chair, we're almost there. Lift your heart, your chest, ground down through heels. Good, exhale, fold forwards. Let it go. Separate feet, hips distance apart. Padangusthasana, bind your peace fingers to big toes. So inhale, lift and lengthen, flat back. Hollow out the belly, quads engaged. Exhale, elbows draw out to the sides. So using your core and back strength to fold deeper as opposed to the arm strength. Shrugging shoulders away from the ears. Coming back to your breath. So the effort should be in the body and not the breath. allowing it to flow. And then gently releasing your bond, heel toe your feet back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Step back to plank and flow, skip, or maybe jump back, finding your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And back to the breath. Next, inhale, left leg rises, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose cheetah. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale to rise in warrior one, palms to touch, gaze into thumbs. Inhale, we straighten. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, twisted kundalini, back knee tucks, left hand reaches up. Inhale, peaceful, lunging the right foot back, opening up the heart, the chest. Exhale, extended side angle. So left hand to the inside of the front foot, maybe using that block if you need to. So allowing the hips to settle down, and then spiraling your heart open, stacking collarbones. Maybe right arm reaches beside the bicep beside the ear. You have the bind on the other side. Top arm floats to your low back, palm faces out. Left hand comes underneath the thigh. You can bring your hands together. Draw the hips down, lower than shoulders. Open up your heart, twisting to sky. And breathe. Maybe moving into bird of paradise if that's in your practice. Finding the breath, calming the mind. Birds of paradise beginning to make your descent. Leaning back an extended side angle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Keep the bend in the front knee. We're almost there. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down, frame front foot, back heel spins. Inhale, left leg high, 3-point. Exhale, mountain climber. Option to hold or fly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3-point. Bend the knee, peel, hip open, flip your dog. Heart lifts. Lower the left hand down. Inhale, left leg high, 3-point. Twisted cheetah, option to extend a fallen star. Maybe find the leg lifted this time, or finding a bind. Good, releasing the hands. Inhale, 3-point. Lunge the left foot forward, low runner's lunge. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Stepping the right foot up to meet the left to fold. Next, inhale, Utkatasana chair. Bend your knees, graze the ground. Sink hips low, lift heart high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. So elbow to the outside of the left thigh, 2 palms pressed together. Option to find a different variation, maybe extending the arms, reaching right fingertips down, maybe moving into side crow, Parsvabhakasana. Maybe giving it a try. So lowering the sits bones down to the heels, fingertips pointing to the side of your mat or just on the outside of your mat. And so your left knee is in line with your right elbow, and your left elbow is in line with your left hip. So lining these up, finding those chaturanga arms, and then shifting forward. See if you can keep your ankles and thighs glued together as you lift the legs, bringing the head forwards. You need a little bit more, separating the legs or extending the legs forward, pointing the toes to the front of your mat. Coming back to your chair pose, Utkatasana. And then exhale, forward fold. Separating the feet, hips distance, Padahastasana this time. So sliding the palms underneath the feet, toes in line with wrist creases. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, hollow belly, engage quads. Exhale, elbows draw out. Crown of the head inches towards the inside of your shins, in between your shins. Keep pressing your feet into your hands as you press up your hands into your feet. Shrugging shoulders away from ears. Gently releasing the palms. Heel toe your feet back to touch. Bend your knees, grace the ground, Utkatasana, arms reach up overhead, sinking hips nice and low. Exhale, hands to heart center, Utkatasana, chair. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, we twist to the right, left elbow to outside of right thigh, opening up the arms this time to do on the other side, maybe moving into Parsvabhokasana. So hands down, facing just to the right side of your mat, lowering down your hips onto your heels, lining up your left elbow with your right knee and your right hip with your right elbow. Chaturanga the arms, so making that 90-degree angle here, shifting forward, engaging, squeezing those inner thighs and ankles together, maybe shift your gaze forwards. Maybe moving into a more challenging variation, separating the legs or extending the toes forwards. Just breathe wherever you are, making your way back to Utkatasana chair. And then exhale, hinge and fold. Good job. Separate the feet, hips distance, finding the bind behind you, interlace the hands, draw the hands up and away from you. Release the head, the neck, the shoulders. Bum is active, navel is spine, pelvic floor engaged. Pressing down through the big toes. Making sure we're feeling this in through the pectoral muscles, not through the tops of the shoulders. If you are feeling it there, just back off a little bit from the bind here. You can always take a hold of opposite elbows or find ragdoll as well. Releasing your bind, heel toe your feet back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, stepping back or floating to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And stepping the feet together. Inhale, right leg rises, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, stepping through, inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Arms reach up overhead. So make sure the pelvis is tilting forward. And lower ribs draw in, arms up, shoulders away from ears. Next, inhale, straighten the bend in the front knee. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, left knee taps. So that would be, left knee taps. Inhale, extend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, tap. And exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, tap. Exhale, hold. Draw arms back behind you, open up the heart, the chest, look up, gaze up. Exhale, easy twist or revolve, side angle, left hand to the inside of the front leg, right hand reaches up. So twisting that heart open. Right hand lower, shifting forward, grounded warrior 3. So option use a block underneath of you if you need a little bit more height. Okay, if you're touching the earth, walk the palms back so the fingertips are in line with the tops of the toes. Making sure the left toe's pointing down. Moving your forehead towards your shin. And then exhale, left foot meets the right to forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, we fold, left hand onto left hip. Right peace finger binds the right big toe. As you inhale, see if you can lift all the way to extended big toe hold. If this is not in your practice, feel free to bend the knee, draw the knee into the chest. Wherever you are, start to open up the leg. Maybe extend the opposite arm out to the side. Maybe looking towards the left fingertips, finding that drishti. And then coming back to center, finding the twist. So left hand to the outside, the pinky toe side of the right foot, extending the arms forward. Maybe just a hand to the outside of the thigh. Gently releasing, moving into revolve dancer. So right hand comes forward, the back hand taking a hold. Where is that foot? There we go. The pinky toe side of the foot. Good, so opposite hand to leg this time. Lifting your heart, maybe hinging and folding forward. Keep kicking and pressing your right shin back. Into the hand, the right foot into the hand. And then inhale, rise. Coming into figure four, right ankle crosses over left thigh, hands to heart center. So option to stay here, maybe extending the arms forward, sinking the hips lower, lengthening the spine, maybe finding arm balance. So spreading fingertips wide, chaturanga the arms, the right foot hooks around the left arm. Maybe just lifting up, seeing what that looks like if you lift the left toes up. Holding here. Meeting back in figure four when you're ready. And then exhale, Krishna stance. So 2 pinky toes are touching. Release the head, the neck, the shoulders, soft bend in the front knee. And then just walking the hands over to the right, opening up left side body, letting it go. Hands come back to center, 2 big toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Step or float back or skip, moving through your vinyasa. Coming back into down dog. Inhale, left leg high, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. So deepening the bend in the front knee, pressing up to the back of the right kneecap. Pelvis is pressing forward, lower ribs draw in. Next, inhale, straighten the leg in the front. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, lower and tap. Exhale, extend. Again, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lower. Exhale, extend. Last round. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lower. Exhale, extend. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands draw back behind you. Inhale, open up your heart, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, easy twist. Right hand down. Left hand reaches up. The left hand lower, shifting forward, grounded warrior 3. Fingertips back in line with toes are using blocks. Standing the right leg back behind you, toes pointing down. The chest moving to thigh, forehead to shin. And then exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, reset the spine. Exhale, fold. Right hand onto right hip. Left piece fingers to left, big toes. Use your core, lifting everything up. Extended big toe hold. Again, taking a hold of the shin, drawing into the chest. If that's not accessible to you, it's okay to have a bend in the knee as well. It doesn't have to be 2 straight legs. That's just what we're working towards. Next thing, you'll open up the leg to the side. If you feel stable, balance, extend the right fingertips out. Lift the chest. Tailbone tucks under. Maybe shift your gaze to the right fingertips. Inhale, coming back to center, finding the twist, right hand to the outside of the left foot. Opening up the heart and twisting. Always okay to take a hold of the outside of the thigh. Moving into that revolved dancer. So the left hand circles back, left leg moves behind you. So taking a hold of the pinky toe side of the foot. So keep pressing your left foot into your right hand, your left shin back. Maybe hinge and fold forwards. Oops. Oh no, I had that right. Moving into figure 4, gently release, crossing left ankle over, right, sinking hips back, hollowing up the belly, maybe extending the arms, maybe finding arm balance. Again, so spreading fingertips wide, shifting gaze 2 feet in front of fingertips, chaturanga the arms, left ankle around right bicep. Maybe shifting forward, pressing your left shin into the back of the left arm, maybe lifting toes up. Find the breath, find your drishti. Coming back into figure 4 when you're ready. And then exhale, Krishna stance, pinky toes to touch. Walking the hands over to the left, releasing head, neck, and shoulders, let it go. Walking hands back to center, 2 big toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Move through your vinyasa or skip. Coming back to downward facing dog. Coming back to the breath. Let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth and side up. Next inhale, right leg rises, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, mountain climber, hold or fly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, fallen star, maybe hover the bottom leg. Find the bind for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, right leg high, 3-point. Exhale, step through grounded warrior, 3. So finding eagle arms here. So first of all, let's move into airplane variation. If you feel more stable with the arms connected to the earth, you can stay there. And then crossing the left arm under the right for eagle arms. If that's not accessible to you, bringing the hands around the shoulders works as well. Next inhale, rise. Find your eagle. So left leg crosses over right. Sinking hips low, elbows up in line with shoulders. Forearms moving away from your face. Maybe double cross if you have the space, or can you stand with the left leg for a little bit more balance. Good, squeezing everything to the midline of the body. The arms, the inner thighs are squeezing. And then gently release, moving into your dancer. So taking a hold of the arch of the back foot, lining up the knees, big breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge and fold forwards. Right. Bringing your drishti, your gaze forward as opposed to down. Keep taking the back leg into the hand. When you're ready, coming back up, 2 big toes touch. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Step or float back, go through that vinyasa. Or skip. Coming back to your down dog. Last set here, last side, and then we're down to the floor to stretch. Inhale, left leg rises, 3-point. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, mountain climber prep. We can hold or fly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, extending the leg. Fallen star, maybe hovering the bottom leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale, stepping through warrior 3. So keeping the hands grounded, maybe moving into that airplane variation. Finding the eagle arms, so right arm binds under left, maybe holding opposite shoulders. Next inhale, we rise, finding eagle with the legs. Right thigh crosses over left, maybe kick standing into the toes. Maybe draw the double cross if you have the space. Squeezing everything to the midline. So squeezing the arms, the inner thighs, sinking knees lower, hips lower, chest lifts. Elbows in line with shoulders, forearms away from face. Gently releasing, moving into your dancer, holding to the inside of the front foot, knees together. Inhale, left arm reaches up, lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold to dancer. So hip points are facing forward and square. Kicking right leg into right hand. Drishti forwards. Gently lift the chest, 2 big toes to touch. Inhale, hands to heart, or hands reach up, sorry. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands by beside you, finding mountain pose, Tadasana. Taking a moment to come back to the breath. Revisiting your intention. Good, floating your eyes open if they're closed. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Last vinyasa of practice. Inhale, halfway lifted, lengthen. Step or float back. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Find 3 rounds of breath, maybe a cleansing breath if that feels good. In through the nose, sighing it out through the mouth. Next inhale, we lift high on the toes, bend your knees, find your chair. Utkatasana, arms reach up overhead. Lifting up high on the toes, squeezing ankles, inner thighs together. Drawing hands back behind you, skier variation. So the chest moves forward, but the crown of the head is lengthening. Ears away from shoulders. Heels pressing forwards. Lowering all the way down without using your arms if you can. To boat pose. Good. So arms extend forward. Now, you can support yourself a little bit by drawing your thighs in, navel to spine, and then flex the toes to your shins. Okay, other option, arms by your side. Maybe you want to challenge yourself, extending the legs and then pointing the toes, lifting up your heart. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, we twist to the left. Inhale, we come to center. Exhale, we twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, canoe. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale, we twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale here. Inhale, canoe. Exhale, boat. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale here. Inhale, boat. Canoe. Coming back up. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale here. Inhale, canoe. Exhale, boat. Inhale, hands to heart center. Last round, you're doing awesome. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hold. Inhale, we lower to canoe. Good. Actually, bring your hands back to center, and we're just going to go from side to side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower everything down. Hands down by your side. Separating the feet, allowing everything to reset. Coming back to your breath. Deep breaths in through the nose. Deep breaths out through the nose. When you're ready, bending the knees, feet are flat on the floor, so setting up for our bridge pose. Fingertips grazing the backs of the heels if you can. You want to make sure you have the heels at about a hip's distance apart. Feet are making an 11, so they're parallel. Next, inhale, press into the feet, the tops of shoulders, lift the hips, engage the glutes, engage your core. Maybe you stay here today, or you find the bind underneath you as you start to roll the shoulder blades underneath. Keep pressing the hips up, pressing into the feet. Think of drawing the heels back towards you. Knees forward, chest is lifted. Should be a little bit of a space for your chin here, so we're not crunching too much. When you're ready, gently lowering the hips down to the earth. Bring your knees to touch, feet mat's distance apart. Release and imprint that low back onto the earth. Just let it go. Maybe even close your eyes. Setting up for second set of bridge. So moving into that bridge, or maybe moving into wheel if you feel your body's ready for it. So if you're going into wheel, fingertips come back behind you, pointing towards you, elbows straight up to the sky. Next, inhale, pressing into the hands, the feet, lift the heart, the chest, the pelvis up. So working on straightening the band in the elbows, pressing into the feet. Finding 5 rounds of your Ujjayi breath here. When you're ready, if you're in wheel, tucking your chin, gently coming down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Finding your Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch, knees out wide. Exact same place where we started our practice. Bringing your left hand onto your heart and your right hand onto your belly. Come back to the breath, the intention of your practice. And maybe finding some gratitude practice here. So maybe think of 3 things in your life that you are grateful for. When you're finished, letting your eyes open. Now placing your hands underneath your thighs, bringing your knees to touch. Crossing the right ankle over top of the left thigh. Lifting the left leg off the mat, interlacing the hands to the back of the left thigh. Make sure to flex through both feet, protect those knees. So right knee is pressing away from you. If you'd like to go a little bit further and you have the space in your body, you can interlace the hands around your left shin. If that's not serving you, you want to stretch out the hamstrings a bit more, you can extend your left leg up, binding left peace finger to left big toe. Maybe gently use the right hand and massage and guide that right hip, right knee away from you, just being gentle, mindful here. Now releasing the bind if you have it. Rolling onto our left side, the right foot's going to come flat onto the floor, left hand to right ankle. The right hand reaches out to the side. So option to move into cat, pulling its tail. So your left big toes come back behind you, right hand to the top of the left foot. Keep pressing your right leg away from you, so knee is up to sky. Coming back to center. Bringing the knees together for Gomukhasana, reclined Gomukhasana. So taking a hold of the tops of the feet, taking the heels away from your seat as much as you can. The knees together. Maybe even take your thumbs to the bottom of your feet, give it a little press. We have a lot of meridians that run through the bottom of the feet. This just helps to stimulate them, helps relax the nervous system. And then gently unravel. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe rock gently from side to side. And then setting up for the other side. So this time the right leg lowers, the left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Interlace the hands to the backs of the right thigh. Flexing in through both knees, protecting the knees. Or flexing in through the feet rather, protecting the knees. Option to go further, interlace the hands to the top of the shin, or extend peace finger to right big toe. Maybe using the hand to gently draw the inner thigh away from you, if that feels good. Just be mindful of that left knee. And releasing your bind when you're ready. So right foot lowers onto the mat. Finding that gentle twist. So left foot is flat on the floor. Left arm comes out to the side. The right hand is to the left shin. So option is keep the twist looking towards the left fingertips, or you can find cat pulling its tail by taking a hold of the left foot with the left hand. Finding that twist. Coming back to center, Gomukhasana on your back, taking a hold of the tops of the feet, knees together, maybe using the thumbs, pressing them into the arches of the feet, stimulating those meridians, relaxing the sympathetic nervous system. And then gently releasing, bring the knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, rocking gently from side to side. Finding your cooling inversion. So option to extend the legs to waterfall or happy baby. Peace fingers to big toes. Feet up to the sky like you're stepping on the ceiling. The knees come to the outsides of the rib cage. If you'd like to go a little further and you have the space, you can take a hold of the feet to the sides of the feet. Make sure the low back stays connected, so navel to spine. You can rock gently from side to side. You can move into shoulder stand if that's in your practice. And then wherever you are, gently starting to make your way out. Apanasana, drawing the knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around the legs. Take a deep, full breath in. Exhale, moving the forehead to the knees, tight little bow. Inhale, head, neck, and shoulders lower. Exhale, extending legs to the top of your mat. And arms down by your sides, allowing the feet to fall open. Allowing the palms to spin upwards so they're in receiving mode. Gently tucking the shoulder blades underneath of you, opening up the heart and chest. Gently drawing the chin back in towards you, humbling the chin. Finishing practice with a cleansing breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Biggest breath of the day, sipping a little bit more air. Holding at the top. Exhale, let everything outside out. Finding your Shavasana. Thank you, yogis, for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Sat Nam and Namaste.